Bad news, Terence Bud Crawford, his own promoter, throws him under the bus again, spills the beans, says he's working with reported gangster Daniel Kinahan as an advisor. Wow. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. Listen, throw a like on the video. Goes a long way when you guys do that. Now, news to some, Terence Crawford reportedly working with Daniel Kinahan, right? You guys see boxing advisor and suspected mob boss Daniel Kinahan has a growing influence on the sport in America by Alan Dawson. Shout out to him. Daniel Kinahan, suspected organized crime boss, is growing his influence in American boxing. It says, Daniel Kinahan, suspected mob boss from Europe, has infiltrated American boxing and is currently advising pound-for-pound star Terence Crawford. That's according to a bombshell report from The Mirror, which they've linked. A noted crime journalist who has been reporting on Kinahan for years. Now, you guys know Kinahan also advised Billy Joe Saunders, Tyson Fury, which this article will talk about, right? Kinahan is one of the most powerful people in boxing. That's what it says. Advising some of the sport's biggest names, including world heavyweight Tyson Fury, who's about to fight Deontay Wilder October 9th in a month, and top-tier fighters Josh Taylor and Jamel Herring. And Saunders was another person, but he said he's retiring, so. He advises his stable of boxers and even organizes matches for them in their headquarters in Dubai, UAE. While Kinahan has never been charged with the crime, it is alleged that he controls an Irish organized crime group with operations worth over $1 billion. The High Court in Ireland has heard accusations he is the figurehead of the international drugs and weapons gang called the Cartel, which specializes in execution-style murders. Wow, MDK. Lawmakers in Europe are appalled at how Kinahan is seemingly free to operate in boxing. Told you, boxing is lawless. Irish politician Neil Richmond said earlier this year the sport must fight back, while Stephen Ferry, a member of parliament in the UK, said he's, quote, very concerned about the power Kinahan wields. These are major issues both for governments and the boxing authorities when it comes to Kinahan. Kinahan's power in boxing appears to grow despite alleged background. Earlier this month, Eddie Hearn, the chairman of British Promotions Rematch Room, said Kinahan had discussions with Sky Sports, a broadcaster Hearn had a lengthy association with before, doing the new deal with DAZN. Regarding 3 athletes who have parted ways with Rematch Room, Hughie Fury, Savannah Marshall, and Lewis Ritson, Hearn said, quote, I think their advisor, Daniel Kinahan, spoke to us in Sky, and basically this was a massive opportunity for them to join Sky. Sky denied Hearn's assertions. These claims are untrue, Sky said in a statement, according to The Mirror. As a broadcaster, we are continuing to work only through our promoters to secure to air television. Regardless, Kinahan has been making moves that impact the U.S. marketplace as well as Britain. At the start of the year, Kinahan was pictured in Dubai sitting next to Florida-based manager Peter Khan, who's working with Triller. The photo has since been deleted from Khan's social media account. So they got, the two together in Dubai, and he works with Triller. There's a lot of stuff going on. Make sure you guys, for the latest and greatest, you hit the like button, and we're going to continue cooking. There's a lot going on, I guess, behind the scenes, and now they're saying that Terence Crawford is involved with Daniel Kinahan. Very, very interesting stuff here. It says, months later, Khan signed a deal. Oh, now they're bringing it up. Khan signed a deal to join Triller Fight Club as his chief boxing officer. Kinahan's growing stable has taken an American flavor of late, in addition to working with Jamel Herring, who's fighting Shakur Stevenson, right? It says the boxer from New York, Kinahan, is also linked to Californian lightweight Joseph Diaz. This sparked a legal challenge from Heredia. So this is going in depth, people. And I've already talked about this, so we're going to skip past. In December 2020 complaint, Joseph Jojo Diaz, former promoter, Heredia Boxing Management, and its founder, they have accused Kinahan and the MTK of interfering with Jojo Diaz, and they repoed his car, all types of stuff. Like, you guys got to keep your eyes peeled on what's going on in the world of boxing. Another well-known American has joined Kinahan's stable. And it says Bob Arum, veteran promoter and founder of powerful Las Vegas-based Top Rank, told the Irish Mirror this week that Crawford, one of Top Rank's fighters, is advised by Kinahan. So remember, the great ego Stradamus strikes again. Remember, I did a video and I said that you seen Crawford, he was on the plane. It looked like he was by himself. It didn't look like he had his whole family coming with him. And Terence Crawford, he was on a plane to Dubai. And I made the video so you guys can check that to make sure everything that I'm saying adds up. Hold on. Terence Crawford, Dubai, Boxingego, right? Should come up. Boom. Bud Crawford. So May 29th, I show you. Bud Crawford on my way to Dubai. Is he joining MTK? So I was already hip to this. The greatest in boxing talk. I was already hip to this. Bob Arum just confirmed it. It says Bud Crawford. This is my video from May 27th. Keep in mind, I said Bud Crawford on my way to Dubai. Is he joining MTK? Blah, blah, blah. Now, fast forward to the future. They're saying he's with MTK and founder Daniel Kinahan, who's supposed to be a nefarious guy. And, that's that. And this is according to Crawford's own promoter. So you can't say, oh, ego, you just making up. This is his own promoter. Right now, he's still tethered to Top Rank. So his current promoter until October or until otherwise noted is Bob Arum in Top Rank. And he's saying this. So Bob Arum only confirmed what I speculated. Crawford is a stupendously skilled fighter, 3-weight champion, one of the best in the division. Crawford visited Dubai in May, which is what I just talked about. Posted photos. Bro, they got his photos and everything. So this is Crawford when he was in Dubai, right? It is unclear if he met Kinahan during this visit, and there's no suggestion that Crawford is involved in any criminality. Insider approached Crawford's representative for comment on his relationship with Kinahan, but is yet to receive a response. So Crawford's people, they haven't, reached out as attorneys or lawyer. If Kinahan has the ear of Crawford, Fury, and Taylor, then he can act in the interest of 3 of the world consensus top 10 boxers. It says Kinahan does not give interviews or speak with the press. The only public statement he has issued for years appeared to be part of a campaign to sports wash his image. Left unchecked, Kinahan's influence in American boxing may continue to grow. Wow. And this all derived from Bob Arum, again, who said this stuff and did an interview where he broke this. And see, this is the thing. The bombshell report, there it is. There it is. Mob boss Daniel Kinahan haggling for money on behalf of boxers in a role as advisor. Now, this is a bad thing. There's some people that suggest that Daniel Kinahan, Tyson Fury's advisor, now Terence Crawford advisor, according to his own promoter, Bob Arum. There are people who are, especially namely in the Republic of Ireland, they're angry with this because they said he needs to be tried for his crimes and what he's alleged to have done. That's the reality of the situation. So things are definitely heating up. It's definitely heating up because people are boycotting Kinahan and anybody who works with Kinahan. Like you've seen Sky Sports. You notice some of the fights, if I'm not mistaken, you guys can do your own independent research if you don't believe me, but fights that you would assume would be picked up, like Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders, didn't get picked up by Sky Sports. You know why? Because Billy Joe Saunders, as I mentioned earlier in this video, is connected to Kinahan and MTK, and MTK Global and Kinahan's name. Some big box companies, they don't want to take or assume that responsibility of being connected on the dotted line to a guy like Kinahan because it's hot. And the moment you connect your name to Kinahan, then all these anti-groups and things like that, they're gonna come for you. They're gonna come for you, and at the end of the day, it's not gonna be a good look. So as a result, people won't openly say that Kinahan is working on it. But Billy Joe Saunders has thanked Kinahan, even after these boycotts and stuff. So it's weird to me. It's a bit weird for Terence Crawford. It seems like Crawford, he's his own person, so he could do whatever he wants. But to me, outside looking in, they're talking about he might fight Sean Porter. We'll see if that comes into fruition. But to me, it seems like Crawford is willing to do any and everything outside of just sign the PBC. And speaking of PBC, you have a black advisor in Al Heyman. And when he first came in with the whole PBC venture, you heard nonstop complaints and people alleged that the black advisor was a criminal. He was sued by Bob Arum and Top Rank, sued by Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions, things of this nature. And they said he was the cancer of boxing. It's ironic that you have a Caucasian male from Ireland and Daniel Kinahan, and just Google his name. He's in concert or alleged, and they say he's on the lam for a bunch of nefarious, infamous crimes in that region. So it's funny that a black advisor gets called the cancer of boxing by people like Bob Arum, and then fast forward to the future, the stuff he said about Daniel Kinahan is all nice, like pleasantries. And now he's saying that Terence Crawford is working with Kinahan. So, it's weird to me. The whole situation is weird that Crawford seems to do everything but what seems to be, for me, the natural fit, which is to sign the PBC, right? And again, the other double standard that we have right here in boxing is you got guys like Arum who at times said, even though he's working with Heyman and may work, I don't know what's up with the Crawford Porter fight, but at least with the Fury versus Wilder fight, you have Al Heyman, again, a black advisor who has constantly been called names and called the black Hitler and called an N-word by Golden Boy staff, Ring Magazine staff, whatever. And you have him being slandered and thrown and drugged under the bus by people who said he was the worst thing for boxing. But then you have Terence Crawford, Tyson Fury, and Billy Joe Saunders promoter, and they say he's doing like federal crimes. They got Garda looking at this, which is basically the FBI equivalent. So weird situation. We'll see how it plays out. Explaining the role Kinahan plays with boxers, Arum says he deals directly with him for negotiation, but he pays the fighters. So they said he's attempting to whitewash his past, like, kind of money laundering, clean up his name, things like that. And yet and still, the black advisor, Al Heyman, is the one that people said you got to watch for. Sign of the times. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. We'll see what's next for Crawford. If it's Porter or whatever, I'm out. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We work.